Good morning everyone, my name's Roy, I'm from Signify. I have come in, as I say, to replace my two colleagues who were due to be here today, but unfortunately they've both been ill. So we'll see how we get on. I'll do my best. They are somebody else's slides, so let's see how we go. So I'll give you a little bit of an overview of who Signify are. In simple terms, Signify is Philips. If you remember Philips Lighting, that's who we are now. The parent company many years ago decided to separate the lighting from their main business, and as a business we had to come up with our own brand and everything else, and somebody come up with the idea of Signify. So these are the two guys, Alex and Imi, who were supposed to be here today. Unfortunately, as I say, they've been ill, or they are ill. So bit of data around Signify. So we're the biggest lighting manufacturer in the world, we're number one. We do everything from conventional lighting, which is the old light bulbs effectively, which is obviously for obvious reasons is a declining market, LED, and we also do what we call systems and services. So we are tapping into Internet of Things and all those good things. Turnover 6.7 billion. This is an annual or a global turnover. We employ 30,000 people in over 70 countries, so we've got great presence around the world. And one of our favourite stats is being number one in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. Sustainability to us has been something that we haven't just kind of thought about over the last year or two. It's been ingrained in our business for many, many years. So the application areas that we specialise in, with offices, industry, so that includes factories, warehousing, retail, very good in retail, particularly, and we'll go on to a bit more detail, our 3D printing, light fittings, hospitality, outdoor, sports, residential. Two on there that's not on there as far as I'm concerned, that should be on there, is education. We're very good in education, and also healthcare. Below there you can see that our brands as well, so our house of brands. So as I say, Signify is our overarching brand, and Philips now as a brand falls under that, under Signify's brand. So we've been in business for over 130 years. We have a presence all over the world. Two things that are very much the heart of our business now is circularity and sustainability. I could be here all day to talk about lighting and controls and systems, but it has been narrowed down to just circularity and sustainability, so hopefully you'll get something out of it today. So a bit about our own sustainability journey. So we used to use this is a bit of an old slide actually. We used to use the term carbon neutral. It's now all about net zero. We've set a target of being carbon net zero by 2040, and there's lots of things that we've been doing and we will continue to do in order to achieve that target. We looked at our manufacturing processes. So our manufacturing processes in Europe now operates on 100% renewable electricity. We partnered with a wind provider in Poland, and our Polish, where a lot of our manufacturing comes from, is the electricity is generated from wind power. We've delivered, I would say, well over 2.9 billion LEDs being delivered to businesses, to people, personal homes, and we've touched over 6 million people. As part of our ESG, we do have a Signify Foundation, so we're doing things like working with different communities that might be off-grid. So we've done things like solar, installed solar street lighting to give them some security. We're looking from our waste, so zero waste goes to landfill. Everything we do now is recycled. If we can't recycle it, then we use incinerators to dispose of the remaining waste. We're looking at our supplies performance as well, so we look at our supply chain, and obviously we keep monitoring that. And one of our favourite stats is that within our workplace we have through our different work that we've done, we have far less incidents than we used to. That's through to good lighting. It's looking at the welfare, putting the welfare and well-being of individuals at the heart of the business. And one of our favourite things that we like to say is we're platinum rated at EcoVadis. I don't know if you're familiar with EcoVadis, but we're platinum rated. So all these good things that I've tried to explain in this slide is helped us get to that standards. And every year we have to find ways of improving, and that's what we do to help us hit our targets of net zero by 2040. So lighting for circularity and sustainability, 3D printing and remanufacturing. So lighting for circularity. So we for a long time have been creating or designing products whereby the parts can be refurbished, reused and recycled. So there's a continuous sort of circle with the light fittings. So what this means is that when they come to the end of their useful life, they don't have to be disposed of. They can be reused again. The components inside can be reused and repurposed for a different light fitting, and that just kind of, as I say, helps our customers with their own sustainability policies. 3D printed, so it's relatively new technology. So we take old discarded materials that would typically go to landfill, and we recycle them, and we use them in our 3D machines to create light fittings. And we have a large portfolio that is now created from, oh right, I didn't know I was going to do that, but you can see there quickly how we are making light fittings now. So we're moving away from aluminium to 3D printed recycled materials. And this just gives you an idea of what's available now. So we can touch a lot of different applications, from high bays to retail, to restaurants, and in time that will just grow into, we're not kind of quite there with offices, although we do know that what's coming through in the next 6 months we'll start seeing products that are fit for purpose for office applications. So this portfolio will grow in time, and as I say, the good thing about it is how we're taking material that would typically be sent to landfill, and we're using it and repurposing it, which is really good. And this gives you an idea of the savings, the carbon savings from using 3D printed versus aluminium or metal light fittings. So with our accent lighting, track lighting, you're looking at 24% savings. And then when you're looking at sort of downlights, and offices throughout the country are full of these type of light fittings, we're looking at 75% carbon savings. So huge savings, and I'm sure those numbers will go up over time. One thing to say about the downlights, which is the fitting at the bottom, is when it comes to installing, we can design these with like 5mm tolerances. So where you might have an installation and you've got to work with the space that you've been given, and then you've got to make good, you can actually get these now designed around the actual size of the hole, which will make, from an installation point of view, much more straightforward and cheaper to do. These next two are just kind of some stats. It's not being really well thought out because you can't really read it properly. But if I can read it out, global demand will increase by 50% over the next 30 years as a result of population growth. Yeah, I think we know that's going to happen. We are using resources 1.75 times faster than they can regenerate. Unless things change, we will require 3 Earths to supply our needs by 2050, which is quite a statement. So luminaire remanufacturing. So this goes back to, again, the policy that we have on circularity. And what we do is a long time ago, someone had the idea, the vision of having light fittings that you can actually repurpose. You can take the components out, they can be reused elsewhere. New components can be fitted inside that fitting and upgraded. So that means, from an LED perspective, what LED was 10 years ago. The efficiencies on the technology is a lot better now. So from a customer's point of view, they're going to get increased energy savings, and that will continue. So it's not a case of they've swapped conventional to LED and they've done their bit. There's going to be more technology out there, which means they can become their lights become more efficient in time without actually having to replace the light fitting. So from a benefit point of view, that's going to save the customer a lot of money. So this is something that's, although it's been in the making for many years, it's only starting to come through. We're starting to realise it now because we have customers that are now looking to upgrade their light fitting. So rather than changing them, they can just upgrade them, which is a really good thing. This Rolls-Royce are doing that as we speak. So remanufacturing. Huge big site in Derby, been a customer of ours for a very long time. Round about 2012, 2013, they started to replace their conventional high bay fittings with our Generation 2 high bay gentle space. And now they are 10, 11, 12 years after the first installation, they're now looking to remanufacture them. And what they're doing is they're taking down the old fittings, replacing them with new fittings, then they're getting remanufacturing, which we're going to do. We take them off site, we take those fittings back, and then they're going to do another area where they take the old fittings down, put the remanufactured fittings back up, and then we take those fittings and do the same. So that whole process starts over and over again, and that's going to be, with the amount of light fittings that they've installed over the years, it's going to be a 5, 6, 7, 8 year program. That's just a good example of the power of circularity and how our customers are making the most of it. Dynamic lighting. So dynamic lighting, to those that don't know, is anything that's not a white light. So that's a white light. We see green here, so that's dynamic lighting, and it could probably change to a blue or a red. But one of the things that we're bringing in as part of our health and well-being drive is solutions around circadian lighting. So this slide just kind of gives you an understanding of lux levels. So it's the amount of light that you get on the ground when it's night time, when you're at home, in an office, healthy indoor lighting, and then daylight. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what a sunny day looks like. We enjoyed that last week, nice sunny days, it perked us up. It energises us. So we're now taking that into internal lighting and able to create similar kind of reactions. And we call this, so this is Nature Connect. So this is just a picture of what hopefully, I think it's going to, so you can see there in the morning, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll start to get warmer white, and that's really matching our circadian rhythm, so it's matching what's happening outside in daylight. So in the morning, especially on a like last week, blue skies, it gets us going in the mornings, we're energised, more productive. And there's studies out there that proves that daylight has a huge impact on how we feel in terms of productivity, alertness, reduces our stress, and also helps us sleep better at night time. So what we're doing here with this technology is taking the outside and bringing it inside. This technology would be absolutely brilliant in places like this with no windows. So if this was an office, this would be absolutely perfect to bring in, to give people that kind of feeling that they can look up and see outside. And this is more kind of bringing. You've seen sort of light shows and discotheque events that have been put on. So this is more bringing that internal. So it's a statement piece. It's great for branding when you walk into we call this luminous textiles. So it's effectively a piece of fabric. Behind there is the technology, and we can create different images. We can create something tailored to a customer's logo, or it could be a certain event with certain colours. So again, it's more looking at the the kind of health and well-being as well of individuals and what people like. So we're, as I say, able to bring in things that you see on the outside at night time when they do these shows, and able to bring some of that inside as well.